Hey there, this is basically an executive summary of Risavi 2017, a fabulous publication on resumes and CVs, reviewing 80 publications over the last 30 years. But if you don't want to read all of it, here we go. So for the intro, definitely you need your name and an address and a phone. Just give one each. Yeah, as a recruiter, I don't want to pick between three phone numbers. The email address should be something professional. So ideally, it would be a university address. But if it's a Gmail or whatever supplier address, make sure it is something like first name, last name, and not rocket science at Rocket Mail. Yeah. Um, Definitely don't. Those are all things related to your body, health, race, religion. A bit to be discussed depending on the context. In Germany, we still have many CVs with photos, and we're also happy to share our date of birth just to make sure that the Christian Schmidt is really the one Christian Schmidt born on that we're talking about. Yeah, so if you have a very common name, usually the date of birth is the identifier that people use. Then the second part typically would be the education. In the education, make sure that you give the designation. So let's say you are doing a master's and the master's is in civil engineering. If you're doing different subjects, make sure to give majors and minors. If you're still studying, expected date of graduation, and always give GPAs. Yeah, so it's been proven that grades absolutely matter, and make sure to have a clear structure. So I would always go in this order. Yeah, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, grade, yeah, and always do the same formatting. Yeah, so make it consistent. In Germany, we always give the date of our Abitur, and that is something that is just not going away. Yeah, so that is where our educational journey, the public one at least, is starting. The general recommendation for the international market is not to mention primary or secondary school. Um, Depending on how you translate the education system, German Abitur is the college level. So, well, work experience, obviously the employer job title, part-time versus full-time. And this is also a good place where you can mention your achievements, your responsibilities, but keep it short. Yeah, make sure it is just a bullet point. Yeah, responsible for acquisition of clients, administration of accounts, and blah, blah. Yeah, so have a few points for each position that you have held. Now, what goes first? The traditional order is, as I said, you start with the personal information, education, and then the job experience. Nowadays, the pragmatic approach is that you put the one to the top, which is more important for your job. So if you believe you will get the job based on your job experience, then put the job experience first. If you are a fresh graduate and it's your job experience is more like nice to have, you have a few internship positions, blah, blah, but basically it's your bachelor's or your master's that counts. In that case, you stick with education first. Now, always good to have a section for awards and honors. Yeah, so Most of you who are watching probably have cashed in a number of scholarships. Those can go here, or maybe you've been first in class for something, or well, yeah, it's totally okay to show off here. Don't bloast it up, keep it short, but make sure that the important message gets across. Now, interests and activities, those can be memberships in professional associations. Keep it professional, yeah? Don't mention all the sports clubs or fraternities or church involvement. That's really a no-go. But volunteering can be very interesting, especially when it includes leadership. Yeah, so if you've been a scout leader, or if you have initiated an activity to, clean up the river or whatever, if it shows leadership and initiative, then I would absolutely put this here. Now, I hope you have a list of things, you have an order, and the next step would be to distill it to the quintessence. Yeah, so you probably now have 3 or 4 pages, and in the next round, we'll work on shortening it down. Thanks a lot, and see you then.